Hi, Sierra. Hi, Evelyn. I'm so glad that you guys came in today to see me. Before we get started, though, I want to go over something called confidentiality with you, and just a few other things. Basically, I want to let you guys know that everything that we discuss in here is confidential, unless I think that you're a harm to yourself or others, or if there's any like safety concerns. You've both agreed to have this session recorded for educational purpose, and that recording will only be shared for class feedback, basically. My role when it comes to your therapist is to basically help you explore what's happening between you guys and that dynamic of your family, not just on the surface, but on the underneath on a deeper level. Sometimes family conflicts have deep emotional roots, and sometimes therapy is used to help get through those issues. So I want to start with how are you both feeling about being here today?
I just I'm just so tired. I feel like this is our first step to growth, but I don't know.
Yeah, me either. I guess optimistic, maybe seeing what can happen from this, I guess.
That's fair. And why don't we start with what's been most difficult lately? Like what's been going on?
So basically our dad is sick. Me being the oldest sister, I literally have to do everything, anything pertaining to his medicine, his care at home, taking him to his appointments, helping him around the house. Like it's literally all on me.
But that's not true. You don't even really ask me. You just tell me what you've already done, and I just have to fit in to what you have already done.
Well, yeah, because I feel like you kind of don't do it all the way. Like if he needs his medicine done, you only give him a couple of his pills. You don't really know the medicine that he needs to take. He's late to his doctor's appointment. Sometimes you don't even go in there with him, so you don't even know what the doctor is saying, and he can't really articulate what the doctor told him. So it's like stuff is not getting done. Like you're doing it, but it's just not done how it needs to be.
But you saying that it needs to be done right just basically means it's done your way. You just don't trust me, and you never have.
Because I mean, that's the way it's working. So it's like,
So we're gonna take a pause right there. What I'm hearing is that it's like a bit of mistrust between you guys, and there's other dynamics that's playing a role into this between like your dad and maybe your mom. If I can get a little more detail about that, and a lot of hurt on both of you guys. Sierra, when
so
Avalon says you don't trust her, what happens to you emotionally? How does that make you feel?
Well, when you're saying back to like the mom stuff, our mom is no longer with us. So it's
Hmm.
really just me and her taking care of dad. Well, really me taking care of dad, and she kind of pops in when she feels like it. So
See, and it's things like
emotionally, it
that.
just
And it's
feels like
things
a
All
like
lot.
right.
that.
So
Feels
we're
like
gonna pause here, and we're gonna when Sierra's So we're gonna pause right there. It seems that you guys are like talking over each other. I do want to say that moving forward, when Sierra's talking, Sierra's allowed to talk. When Avalon's talking, she's allowed to talk. Just to give each of you time to like hear each other clearly and make sure that everyone's feeling heard. Is that okay?
I guess.
Yes, I'm gonna try.
All right. So again, it sounds like there's a deep sense of mistrust. So, and it sounds like there's a lot of fear, especially coming from you, Sierra, when it comes to taking care of your father and Avalon not being as present as you want her to be.
Hmm.
And when things might quote unquote like fall apart, it seems like it's very important taking care of your father. Has this been like a familiar feeling in your life with things like falling apart ever since your mom has passed away?
Yeah, ever since my mom passed a few or our mom passed a few years ago, it's kind of just been like spiral after spiral. Like I was in school, I was doing really well, and then boom, dad got sick. I had to stop going to school. Then I'm trying to work. I have like two jobs. So
Mhm.
it's just really hard of this pattern of like nothing is going right. And it's like I have to do all of it myself. And that's kind of like, how we grew up too, is she was always out doing her thing, being the younger sister, and then I'm the older sister that has to come and pick up the pieces.
Mm-hmm. And Avalon, how does that make you feel when you hear that?
I feel like honestly, I don't want to negate her feelings. I just feel like I never was given the chance to actually be a child. We always had to, you know, do adult things. We never got to really live our life. So when I go out and I do these things, and to her, it makes her feel like I don't show up enough, but really, I just want to be a kid.
Hmm. So, Sierra, do you feel as though like you're in survival mode most of the time?
Definitely, yeah. Because if I don't do it, who's gonna do it? If I don't get up and go to work, who's gonna pay for dad's medicine? Like, you know?
All right. And Avalon, do you feel like you're in survival mode, or how do you feel when it comes to helping Sierra out, or her being feeling like she's in survival mode?
I feel like Sierra brings that onto herself. I feel like um I just have to come to terms and with peace with the fact that like this is my life and I'm not going to let other people and their circumstances dictate how I decide to live my life. And sometimes I hope she feels the same way, but she's always been like this.
Mm-hmm. So that does sound painful, especially when it seeming like the child in your sister's eyes, knowing that you are younger and your older sister isn't really is taking on the extra burden. But see, I did see you make a facial expression. How did that feel when Avalon did say that?
Hearing her say that, she's trying to have these experiences now because she didn't get to have them when she was younger, it's like I get it, but at the same time, it's like, you're an adult. So at some point we gotta lock in and we have to, create some sort of balance. Like I'm not even able to have a balance. I'm always in adult mode. I don't go out because I have to take care of dad, but it's like I'm doing all of that. So she has the option to, go out and do all these things, which I get, but at the same time, it's like we still got stuff to do.
So both of you, it sounds like to me that you're responding out of fear, Sierra of losing control and Avalon of being unseen and dismissed as you do want to live your life. Does that sound about right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So when you were growing up, did it always feel like these were like your roles?
Yeah.
Yeah, for the most part. I think when mom died, it was kind of like the glue of our family,
Hmm.
went away, like she she kept the balance.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So in a way, those labels became like part of how you saw yourself, that component one, and for both you guys. Am I hearing you guys right?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. And it also sounds like you both learned to protect yourself in the only ways that you knew how to, Sierra by controlling and Avalon by retreating and living your life, which can kind of come off sometimes to Sierra as like you not helping out as much as you should. Neither of you are wrong, but both of you are struggling in different ways as you are also trying to take care of your father and grieving your mother.
Right.
Yeah. I
I can
definitely
see
feel
that.
like I need to control a lot of the things so that way, at least if something happens, like I know how to fix it.
Yeah, that sounds good. Then that's totally understandable. So in psychoanalytic family therapy, we often look at how early family roles and patterns replay themselves and later in life. We don't do it on purpose. It's like our minds are trying to finish unfinished emotional business, which sometimes can be tricky when grieving and trying to take care of others and also dealing with other family dynamics in your personal life. Sarah, it sounds like you need to manage things that come from that early sense of having to be the adult and taking over everything. And Avalon, your withdrawal seems to be a way to protect yourself from being criticized or unseen. These roles made sense when you were younger, but now they might be keeping you stuck in the same place, especially ever since your mom has passed. Avalon,
Yes.
that does sound right.
I just feel like no one understands why I do what I do.
Hmm.
It's a huge burden being 29 and going into my 30s and I just want to break.
And Sierra,
I also want to break. I'm taking care of my
She does this.
father,
okay,
and it's
so
like you're saying to manage, but like, what am I managing? How am I supposed to manage? Like, what can I do to manage this? Like, it's just always go, go, go. Like, I don't know how we could come to a common ground when we do this. And she said she needs a break, but she's always outside. You need a break from the bottles? Like, I don't know.
All right. So we're going to make sure that we're moving forward and being respectful when it comes to this, allowing both of you
She
guys to speak
gagged me?
and moving forward.
Did she just try to gag me?
Avalon, how did that make you feel when you heard that as I
No, because that's why I blocked her, and that's why, like, she throws rocks and she hides her. And I'm getting emotional. This is not laughing. I'm crying. I'm getting emotional because
Okay, girl.
I just wish, like, I just had. Can I get a tissue? That'd be.
Like this is what I like. Instead of talking about the issue, she just wants to cry. Like,
yeah, we're gonna let Avalon get her emotions out. Avalon, whenever you want to come back and speak, you can. We're gonna let Avalon get what she has to say out.
It's hard. It's just hard because I've always wanted that strong unit, that strong bond with my older sister. I see my friends and they have their siblings, and at the end of the day, we only have each other. Our
Hmm.
dad is gonna die.
Hmm. Sierra, now that it's your turn to speak.
no, I definitely now that she's, saying this, like I do hear that because I do want that bond, Similarly, I do see people bonded with their siblings, as they get older, and right now we just don't have that bond. And our dad, he may be transitioning pretty soon. So to just be in conflict with her, I just don't think our parents would want that for us, and I just don't think that it would make life any better for me and her to just not be getting along. I think it would make things worse.
And Sierra, when Avalon does challenge you in that way, like just now when she did feel that way and express that to you, what happens inside, like in your body? What do you feel inside your body?
Well, she's always been emotional,
Mm-hmm.
so it's not really something that takes me for surprise because I'm just kind of used to her emotions are always pretty much since we grew up. I was the one that kind of kept mine in, and she's the one that expressed hers like our mom. Our mom always expressed her emotions, so she kind of took that trait after mom. And for me with dad, I just kind of hold them in and I don't really talk about them. So, I guess I do appreciate expressing that because I did not know that she wanted to rebuild that bond. So, I mean, if we are able to get to that space, that would be great.
And how does it feel if you did lose control over the situation and Avalon did take some of that control? Does that make your
Um,
body feel any kind of way? Like, does your
I
body
feel
tip to anything?
uncomfortable. I'm
Mm-hmm.
really uncomfortable with that thought because I've been doing it for so long and it's been done one way for so long. And also that dad is used to it and I don't want dad to be uncomfortable. So maybe, I don't know if there's ways that we can work together to help dad or she can
Mm-hmm.
shadow me or ask dad what he would be comfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
But why does it feel like I'm not even a part of the family? Like that suggestion alone, why do I have to ask my dad what he's comfortable with? Or her? Why do I have to shadow you? You're my sister.
And I
You
think
haven't been around. Like I don't you and then when you are around, you're not really paying attention. Like you don't know, like I said, you don't know what medicines to give him. You
I
don't
make
read the
one
proper
mistake. I
documents.
make one mistake because the medication wasn't labeled right. And then now it's all I don't pay attention.
so. I'm gonna ask
Oh,
you
I
both
see.
questions. Sierra, when it comes to the situation, what will be the perfect dynamic for you between you and your sister and taking care of your father?
Maybe if we could do shifts.
Mm-hmm.
Because I do work full time. Like I said, I really literally work two jobs. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe, if she wants to take some time away from whatever it is she does all day,
Mm-hmm.
she can come to the house and sit with
Was
him
that a
or
jab?
whatever he needs to do.
Avalon,
Um,
we're gonna let Sierra finish. Sierra, you can
Things like
finish.
that. If she just wants to come in and, while I'm gone, if that's something that makes her more comfortable, if she just needs to go to the house right now while I'm not there, she can do that.
And Avalon, what would the perfect dynamic look like between you and your sister and taking care of your father?
I would love for her to stop being so passive aggressive towards me. I would love, I don't even think shifts is necessary. I feel like we could coexist in the same environment.
Hmm.
Especially, and I know that our dad even knows that our relationship is strained. So for his last couple of months left here, I feel like he should see us working together to
Yeah.
take care of him.
So that's very powerful coming from both of you guys. You both, it seems like you're protecting yourself, one through control and one through wanting control, but also taking time for yourself, which can sometimes come off as withdrawing to Sierra. Maybe the fight really isn't between you, but between those old fears that you both carry between losing your mom and now potentially losing your father. Does that sound about right?
Yes, because that was hard and very
It's very
unexpected.
hard on us. Yeah.
So for the next week, I want you guys to try to notice when you feel that old panic or old shame or fear that rises up, and even arguments. You don't need to fix it. I just need you to name it. Like, this feels familiar, and write it down maybe when it happens between you guys arguing or when you're taking care of your father. So our next session we can talk about it, because when it comes to this, awareness is the first step to changing a pattern that we've lived in for years.
I
Does
could
that
do that.
sound doable?
Yes.
Yeah, I can try.
So you both did some really deep work today. We went through both you guys' emotions. We talked about how the perfect dynamic will look like with both of you guys. And I want you guys to both take that sense of responsibility and fear from your childhood and really try to move forward with it and fight through it, because I know taking care of your father is important to both of you guys.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he should honestly be the common denominator.
Hmm.
Mhm. And again, in this kind of therapy, that's the heart of our work. Not wanting to fix it overnight, but fix it over time. And this is why I'm asking you guys to just really start pinpointing when you guys are feeling that emotion of anxiety, argument, or fear. I want you guys to pinpoint it and write it down and bring it to our next session. And Sierra, I'm really proud of you for realizing that when Avalon does take control, that is scary for you, as it takes a lot to admit that. So I'm super proud of you for that. And Avalon, I'm super proud of you for communicating how you felt with Sierra when it came to this kind of situation between you guys.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. And Sierra, how do you now feel with all of this?
Um, I feel open to
Mhm.
try maybe some new strategies to use so that way we're able to connect more, and just being aware of those feelings and kind of letting her have some lead and I get a break.
Mhm. And Avalon?
I can say the same. I'm very optimistic about this journey ahead of us, and I'm willing to do whatever at this point.
Mhm. So I know we also mentioned taking writing down when these feelings do arise, but did you guys want to lean towards more of the shift, or are starting to like both be there at the same time? What do you guys think?
Well, I think the point that she brought up about having dad see us work together is really important.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's something that for dad and probably for us to better our relationship too would be really good to implement.
Okay. So maybe for next week, let's try 2 days with you guys together to see how that works. So you can guys start getting into that. And on the other days, maybe Sierra takes some and maybe Avalon takes some. So you can guys ease into being around each other and taking care of your fathers together. How does that sound?
That sounds
Great.
good.
That sounds good. So again, I thank you both
Mhm.
for your openness and courage today. This honestly really does take a lot. And again, let's plan to meet next week if that's okay with you guys. And I want you guys to keep building on what we're working on.
All
Okay.
righty, Ms. Bolden.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.